Ciao, sono Stefano. Oggi parliamo di come imparare l'italiano. Hi, Stefano here. Today we are talking about how to learn Italian fast. But we're starting in 2 minutes. If you have any questions, type them in the chat box. Don't wait until the end. You can show off your Italian or ask in English, it doesn't matter. Anything about the Italian language, languages in general, my courses, Italy. Any question is welcome. We are starting in 1 minute. I could start with a few updates about my courses, my website. You might have noticed, if you're one of my students, that there are new voices. There's a debate going on about the voices. I had hired 4 narrators, 2 Italians, 2 English speakers, to record the sentences of my audio course, Ripeti con me. Before that, I was the narrator of all the sentences, both in English and Italian. My directions to the narrators were to speak in an extremely expressive way, because personally, as a language learner, I found myself bored by dull learning materials. Not necessarily the content, but some narrators make you feel like doing something else. And I said to myself, I'd rather have something almost too engaging, but at least not boring. And so I asked them to be very expressive, almost exaggerated. And many users complained that they are annoying, especially the English narrators, which personally I liked, but maybe my taste is not the same as a native English speaker. That's why a few weeks ago I changed the English voices to an AI generated voice, which again to me sounded just fine. Sure, it's not the apex of expression, but it sounds natural enough and it's plain. But now people are complaining that it's too dull and robotic. So I'm looking for new narrators, humans, but I'll ask them to speak normally. I'm not sure about the Italian ones. Personally, I think they're fine. They're expressive, yes. Someone complained that they sound like actors in a theater. Yes, I think that's a quality. I wouldn't complain about that. In any case, that's also, I think that's specific to the Italian language. We have a stronger musicality, melody. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I'll see what people say about the Italian voices too, before changing them. For now, until I find the new narrators, I'm keeping the AI voice anyway. It's not an English course anyway. Other updates include, well, a few weeks ago, I released the new version of the audio course, Ripeti con me, repeat after me, that replicates On the website, the features that are already available on the mobile app, for example, now sentences are played separately, and you can adjust not only the playback speed, but also the pause between sentences, or add an extra repetition if you want to hear, you want an extra chance to listen and repeat the Italian sentences. There's also a very cool AI tutor now, ready to help. Just click on any word in the text, both the audio course and the readings, or the AI tutor icon next to each sentence of the audio course, and it will explain it for you. But don't spend too much time reading the explanations. You should be speaking all the time. But I understand, especially if you're a beginner, you feel lost and you need explanations. One click away and you get it. A new version is also in the making of the website still. I'm personally developing it. It will be ready in a week, I think. Eventually, I will trash the mobile app because I have no control of it, and I'll turn the website into a web application. Good. Well, today's topic, as usual, I should say, is how to learn Italian fast. I'll keep it short. As I just said, it's cool to have new features. It could be the AI tutor or dictionaries or grammar notes. But what most of language learners typically lack is speaking practice. Also listening, but mostly speaking practice. Ideally, that should be done with someone, by talking with someone. If that's not possible due to time constraints, costs, or if you feel too shy, by the way, it's never too early to speak to someone. Me personally, from lesson one, from day one, I take a live lesson on Skype, one-to-one class, and speak all the time. Try to stick with the new language. If you are alone and you still want to practice speaking, well, the way to go is to speak to yourself. And you can do that with an audio course that prompts you to speak. Like my audio course, Ripeti con me, repeat after me. That's why I called it that way. Even the readings, you're supposed to listen and repeat, ideally to shadow the speaker. Shadowing means that you speak along with the speaker. Is can be tricky because you feel you're never good enough. You can keep up with the pace. You miss words. That's totally normal. You should not pause and go back. You will interrupt. You will break the flow. But you certainly can review later, check the translation, check the transcript. But your main activity should be speaking. Since you're listening, that means repeating what you just heard. But even when the materials you're using is not an audio material, you can still turn your study time into speaking time by reading aloud if you're reading, or again, reading aloud if you're writing. Because that's the fastest way to fluency, especially if your purpose is to communicate with people. Usually that means speaking. And that's also the most overlooked aspect, the most overlooked skill of the four: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. Good. That was today's tip. See you on Think in Italian, and you may look forward to the next version of my courses that will be ready in a week or so. Bye. Ciao, ciao.